We keep an indigenous cow which gives us just about 4 liters of milk a day. And today I'm just going to take you through the process of making ghee, which is quite simple and any one of you can do it at home. So after milking our cow, the first thing I do is sieve the milk into a clean aluminum pot. Passing milk through a strainer removes any dirt or fur from the cow which may get into the milk during milking. So once I'm done straining, I boil my milk thoroughly. Pasteurizing milk is one way to make your milk last longer. So after boiling, I let the milk cool, and once the milk has cooled, then you will see the cream that forms on top of the milk. So I extract the cream and save it. Since we don't get a lot of cream, I have to keep cream for some days before it's enough to make the ghee. You can see how easy it is to extract the cream because it settles at the top of the milk once the milk has cooled down. I've been saving some cream for some days now, and I have about 2.5 liters of cream which I'm going to use to make the ghee. I always keep the little bits in the fridge so they don't go bad, and now I have the 2.5 liters. Next I will empty it into a clean aluminum pot, and then I will proceed to boil it, but this time we are going to use very low heat. Ghee making is a very slow cooking process. If the heat is high, it just won't give us the results we are looking for, and the cream will end up sticking a lot at the bottom of the pan and burning. We have it on the fire, so what we're going to do next is just to lower the heat so that we have almost the lowest heat we can have. And we shall let it to cook slowly as we keep stirring, just to ensure it doesn't stick at the bottom of the pan. Stirring the cream is a process that will go on until we have the ghee, because if you leave it even for a moment, you'll realize it starts sticking at the bottom of your sufuria or your aluminum pot. If it sticks at the bottom of the pan, all you have to do is to get a wooden stick and just scrape it off and keep doing that. It is not a bad thing that some are turning dark. It is actually a good thing because we want all the cream to cook and turn to a darker shade of brown. That's when we get that ghee with a very strong aroma of ghee. I love it that way. As the moisture continues to dry out, you will see the oil starting to collect on top of the cream. You have to keep stirring so that the ones at the bottom come to the top and all the white cream that is still showing all get cooked. As the cream continues to burn, you will see the level of oil increasing. You have to keep turning and stirring until everything is cooked. It will continue getting darker and darker as you continue to stir. Once all the cream has turned to this shade of brown, then you know your ghee is ready. Some people like the aroma stronger than how I love it. If you are that person, then you can leave it for a little longer until it turns sort of black, but I love to leave mine at this stage. I'm just okay with it here. Also, if you don't like the strong aroma of ghee, then you don't have to wait until it turns this dark. You can harvest it as soon as it starts going to golden brown. All the cream seems burned now, so I can proceed to go and harvest the oil. It smells really good. Here we use the ghee for cooking, and we also love to add it to our traditional vegetables. Let me know how you use your ghee. So first I'm going to filter it a bit into another pot just to ensure we don't carry all the burnt cream in here. I'm just pressing it down with the cooking stick to ensure I extract everything. One thing you have to remember is to extract your oil while it is still hot. When it cools down, then the burnt cream kind of absorbs it again. So when it's still very hot, that is when you harvest it. And now we have our ghee. I'm now just going to store it into suitable containers. I can't wait for the next meal to enjoy this aromatic ghee. We've got some vegetables that we have been keeping for a while, and I will just add the ghee to it, and it is just perfect for a meal. The last time I did a video making ghee, you guys asked me to give you a step-by-step process of how to make the ghee. I hope this was helpful, and I hope we have learned something new. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next. It's bye for now.